Motivation can sometimes come in waves. There are times you can feel like you can absolutely conquer the world, and other times where you just want to hit that snooze button and not even get out of bed in the morning. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 key ways to stay motivated no matter what comes your way. And towards the end, I'll share with you a bonus tip, so make sure you stick around for that. Number 1 is having a purpose that's bigger than your problems. Motivation on its own will tend to wear out reasonably quickly if it's not attached to something greater than the problem at hand. Now, this doesn't have to be a huge life purpose, something that's all-encompassing. Can help, but it doesn't have to be. What it does need to be, though, is something bigger than the problem at hand. Otherwise, what you're going to be relying on is real grit and willpower and just really digging your heels in and getting things done, which can work to an extent, but again, it's going to wear you out. So what you want to do is have some reason why attached to the problem at hand. You know, if you're waking up in the morning thinking,
I'm really tired, I really don't want to get out of bed.
You're already putting yourself into a position of struggling to get motivated. You shouldn't get motivated, right? You should stay in bed for the whole day. Instead, in your mind, you say, hey, this is a great opportunity for me to be able to, let's say there's a client that you're working with that day, great chance for me to really serve that client today. This is a great opportunity for me to be a remarkable father to my kids today, or amazing mother. It's an amazing opportunity to really show what's possible, that even in the face of adversity, even in the face of challenges that I'm being exposed to right now, this is an opportunity for me to really show what I'm made of. If it's going for a workout, it could be, this is an opportunity for me to really treat my body and mind with love and respect. All of a sudden, there's a greater sense of purpose. I've got a reason why I'm going to get out of bed. There's a reason why I'm going to get up and face a day. There's a reason why I'm going to go and be the absolute best version of myself throughout the day. The bigger the problem, the bigger the purpose needs to be. In times where there's smaller problems, what can work from a purpose standpoint there might not work in other times. And so you want to be working to increase your capacity. You increase your capacity to deal with the problems that arise. Huge part of that is with a greater sense of purpose. Now, if you're getting value out of this so far, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for future videos like this. Only takes a second and it really helps out the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, and let's continue. Number 2 is the power of alternatives. Now, I live in different parts of the world throughout the year with the work that I do, coaching clients, speaking, creating videos like this, and writing music as I go. And usually I'm pretty good at choosing places that will really inspire me. I didn't in this case. It was a place that started off okay, but as time went on, I really realized how boring and dull it was. I found myself really struggling with motivation towards the end of this day. I decided that I really needed to spark some inspiration to really get myself into a really great space. And so I made a decision to go on a road trip. This road trip, I decided to go and live in a number of places that had pianos already in them in different parts of the US. 5,000 miles, 15 different states. Wrote music in 4 different locations. It was one of the most creative periods of my life. The power of alternatives for me there was a pretty extreme example, as it usually is. But it was a pretty extreme example, and it allowed me to have one of the most creative months of my life. And so the power of alternatives can come up in many different ways. It can be an extreme example like that, or it can be something pretty small, a different type of food that you're going to eat because you want to be healthy, a different type of workout that you're wanting to do, working from a different location. And ideally here as well, you don't just want one, you want to have multiple alternatives, 3, 5, maybe even 7. Utilizing the power of alternatives, I know for me, has been incredibly useful, and it is for my clients as well. Number 3 is to detach from time. I've had to learn this the hard way over the last 18 months. This has been the longest period of time that I've been without seeing my family in my entire life, especially my nieces and nephews back in Australia. The longest time by far. They are a hugely important part of my life. And there have been times where it has been a real challenge because it's something that I'm wanting to experience, something that is deeply fulfilling to me. What I've done here is to detach from the time as to when it's going to occur. Because the moment that I need something to go a certain way, and when that actually occurs is outside of my control, which it is at the moment. Think about a situation that you're experiencing right now, something that you're wanting to have happen. Maybe there are certain things that are outside of your control. Look at what is inside of your control. Look at what you can do on a consistent basis. Still be excited about that, like I am with them. I'm really excited about the sleeping outside under the stars and things like that. It's going to be amazing. It's one of the best places in the world to see the stars at night, back where I grew up in Australia. And so these things I'm really looking forward to. Detaching from when they are going to occur has been extremely helpful during this, what has otherwise been a very challenging time. So when you're thinking about maybe it's a a goal that you had or have that maybe didn't come to fruition by the time when you wanted it to, motivation can drop. If you haven't made the amount of progress that you had wanted in a business goal or a work goal, motivation can drop. If you haven't made enough progress from a health and well-being standpoint, motivation can drop. Instead, focus on becoming better every single day. 1% better, 2% better, 5% better, 10% better. Little by little, you're becoming a more remarkable version of yourself without needing things to go a certain way, still having clarity about where you're wanting to be, but being flexible in how and when you get there. Number 4 is to master the few. It can be really challenging when things aren't going the way that you want them to. One thing that I've done with clients over the last couple of years especially, and I've done this in my own life as well, I'll give an example of that in a moment, is to choose and dedicate and to mastering a few key skill sets in the area that could be the area that you're looking to get motivated in. It can also be in an area that you're actually not looking to generate motivation in because you are really inspired. Because that can then seep over into an area that you are really struggling with. I'll give a personal example. For me, over the last period of time, it's been about, from a mastery standpoint, it's been coaching, it's been songwriting, and it's been health and well-being. It's allowed me to get in the best shape that I've ever been in, to write more music than I ever have, and help more clients than I ever have before from a coaching standpoint as well. What tends to happen when you become more and more masterful and you're really inspired in a specific area, it can seep over into some other areas of your life. And if not, worst case scenario is at least you have absolutely mastered a few key areas of your life and gotten something out of the experience that you're going through. Now, what question do you have about motivation so far? Post it in the comments below and I might answer that in a future video. Number 5 is to raise your standards. What tends to happen when we struggle with motivation? Our standards tend to drop. Spending too much time scrolling through social media, not getting the first task done when you get to the office, even though you know that was the most important thing and you had it scheduled into your calendar, not making your bed in the morning, not eating healthy. When the standards drop, that can then become a self-fulfilling prophecy for motivation because now you're becoming even less inspired, even less motivated, and that leads to the standards dropping even more. And we end up going and spiraling out of control. What we want to do instead is to raise your standards. Select, it could be 5 to 7 things. Again, I would highly recommend, if you're struggling with motivation right now, writing those things down, having them somewhere where you can see them, and committing to living those standards during this time when you're being challenged. What you'll find is in doing those things, it allows you to know that even though I am challenged right now, I still follow through with the standards that I know are allowing me to achieve my next level of excellence. And what you'll find is that over time, you'll end up spiraling in the other direction where you're more inspired to get more done. Now, the bonus tip I mentioned that I would share with you, when I first wake up in the morning, one of the questions that I ask myself before getting out of bed is, what am I looking forward to achieving today? Laying there for a few moments before I get out of bed, even though the day before might have been messy, challenging situations, maybe that my sleep hasn't been the best that I wanted it to be, wasn't the greatest sleep, those few moments help me to reset, recalibrate, and really get inspired for the day ahead, have some sense of purpose, a big reason why. Remember that step 1 that I mentioned about a purpose bigger than your problems? That can help to actually set yourself up for a really great day ahead. I know for me personally, it works wonders. It allows me to get out on the right foot or left foot. It allows me to get out of bed and ready to face the day no matter what comes my way. Trust this all helps, and I'll see you in the next video.